right, how can we help you today? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a business coach, and I'm very vocal in my business and in my experience. I'm very vulnerable. I don't have a lot of issues with the vulnerability of just like my journey, and just really letting myself be seen is not much of an issue for me. However, there's a deeper layer to my life, my story, and I think it's really influenced the journey that I've taken, and it's something that I think it's my greater work, and it's the idea behind there's a long lineage of addiction in my family and codependency that also goes along with that addictive behavior. And I really want to just speak into that experience of alcoholism in my family. But there's a lot of resistance there. But I know that's my deeper, like I know that's my deeper work, but yeah.
And then there's resistance.
Yeah.
So it's cutting the paper, and it's like, this is what we're gonna do, and this is stapling all the reasons why you shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, I love my work as a coach, I really do, but I also feel that there's this deeper calling, but I won't let myself, I'm like, oh, I'll do that next year,
Putting it off. Okay, so we're gonna untangle the stapler's crazy situation.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna smooth out the paper.
Yeah.
Basically, okay. Yeah. Familiar, unfamiliar with inner voice?
I talk to my inner voice when the drama and trauma is happening.
Okay, yeah, you're like, level 5, I'll do it, but I'm like, the nail salon, I'm just gonna go where I think. Okay, all right. We are where we are, wherever. You don't have to use it for the nail salon, but it helps. It's the only place I will like ignore it, and then I'll later go, man, I really shouldn't do it, even on the little stuff. Okay, so heart or gut?
I'm definitely gut.
Gut, all right, so you're gonna go deep. All right, cool. Am I safe? Mm-hmm. Am I safe to talk about this subject?
Yes.
Am I safe to talk about it here? Mm-hmm. Great job with the breathing. Am I safe to share it elsewhere as well? Mm-hmm. Why does the mind fear sharing it elsewhere as well?
Love.
What does love have to do with the fear? Loving the people that it involves? Or loving where?
Acceptance.
Who do I need to accept?
Myself.
And by accepting and loving myself, this liberates me to share the story with others? Is that what we're getting? Is that what you mean, inner voice? Or help clarify?
Battling.
Battling. Beautiful. What is battling right now? Do you see how succinct her answers are? But you can get a whole answer out of one word. What's battling right now?
Truth.
Truth. What's the truth?
Experience.
The experience is truth. Am I here to share that experience as truth with others?
Yes.
Inner voice, do you want me to talk about this subject publicly in the future?
It will happen.
It will happen. I want to compliment you, Sarah, on from the head. Like you were doing a brilliant job staying down there. Well done. It will come. Is that what it said? It will come. What should I do in the meantime as this unfolds?
Love.
Love. But it doesn't have to happen all at once.
I can't.
Why not? The mind would love for it to be a flip of a switch.
Patience.
Patience. It's all going to be fine?
Of course.
So I don't have to do this all right now.
You can't.
Why not?
Hearing nothing.
Okay, that's fine. How can I let go of, okay, first of all, let's bobble up. You're doing such a brilliant job. I don't even know where your mind's even resisting right now. So thank you for breathing so deeply and staying so connected. Now, I want you to bobble up into your head for a moment. Let the awareness bobble up. How does the mind perceive the situation now? I'm letting the mind answer this one. It doesn't even, the inner voice is not even, it's actually, I'm trying to get, I've never had such an issue trying to get someone in their head. I mean, brilliant.
The mind knows, I think the mind knows that it's going to happen, but the mind...
Look, she's not even identifying with it. How do you feel right now? Let's just even...
I feel good. I feel good.
You just tapped into like a strong, deep wave.
Yeah, I really was in a wave. Yeah.
You were in the lower currents. If you think about the ocean, like your mind's like the ripples at the top, and it's like all sorts of crazy crap happening. And then there's the really deep currents in the deep parts of the ocean that are not the same wavelength as the... She was in a deep theta state. So I'm trying to ratchet her back up to beta. It doesn't matter, C school if you want to join, learn about brain states. But
I think I actually live my day-to-day knowing my truth around this.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
You know the truth.
Yeah.
And then there's just resistance. This is the stapler that thinks and has resistance.
Yeah, and I think the resistance is actually that I should make it happen sooner, where really it needs to just unfold.
And you gotta trust it, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, if I did this show like when my mind wanted to do it in college, like that would not be anything useful. It would have been like, I had a good heart, but I was like, oh, I need to do it the way previous people have done it. I need to be the person on stage that's the famous person, and I need to have other famous people on the stage to talk to the people that, no, that's not what I was here for. Yeah. I needed to bake in I felt like a green banana. I was like, because when at the time I wanted
all the food metaphors.
Yeah, food and food. I don't know. It's what comes through. I kind of love what comes through because it's so relatable, right? It doesn't have to be hard. But I felt in college like a green banana. At the time, I knew I was miserable, wanted to help people, and I thought at first it was kind of Marie Kondo. Thank God, Marie Kondo. I wanted to be the Marie Kondo at that time. Yeah. And I'm so glad she's doing such a better job than I would have at that. But I was in a dorm room trying to write a book about how to exfoliate and make under your life. And I didn't even have a kitchen. I had a little fridge, but I was like, how can I tell some 50-year-old woman what she should do with her third can opener if I don't even have a sink in my room? Like I'm not an authority figure in this area, right? Yeah. So I felt like a green banana. I was like not ripe yet. And the 10 years that I've gone through this, the 5 years of podcasting and blogging, the podcasting allowed me to travel the world, which is also watching the show. So now I have a world view, a world perspective. And then it took me those 5 years, and now I'm ready to be planted somewhere and actually bring this in this rooted space that it now is. But thank God I didn't have the ability in the mind to press that button and say now on something that I wasn't ready for. But because it was in my path, it was aligned, it just needed to show up in the time that it was aligned to. The mind wanted it at 22.
That's exactly how I feel.
Right? Yeah. So you got to trust that you might go travel the world for 3 years before you do that thing, and that's going to be a really nice time. And in that period you might love that time so much you let go of the show. I didn't know there was going to have a TV show after all that. I just thought maybe that was just the idea that it sparked the blog, that sparked the podcast, and I was really thoroughly enjoying the podcast. I loved that phase fully, and I knew I was making the impact I wanted to make, so it didn't matter. Because I was doing the impact I wanted to make so fully, it didn't matter that it wasn't a video. I was actually looking at all the bonuses of not having video and all of the things that would go along with that. There is something in this that is not just this for you. Your life is bigger than just this. And even what you bring to this could have more seasoning and flavor and experience and more ripening of that banana. Yeah. So you might know now, but you don't have to do now. The mind in that distance between freaks out.
Takes off a lot of pressure too.
Yeah, just trust that you will do this. Megan, our producer of the show, who's doing an incredible job, knows that she wants to paint. Yeah. And she actually, even though work can be something that gets her going, painting is not. And the other 2 days before the show starting, I'm like, really? This is when you're going to start painting? Like, you start painting after 6 months? But she did. And it didn't take her pushing herself to do it. She knew it would come when it was time.
Yeah.
It's like a baby gestating, right? The minute you conceive, you don't have the baby. The baby's not ready to survive in the real world when it's just a clump of cells.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes you gotta let her, and then the other time is to know the timing of things and not to like hold on and hold in when the baby's coming out. Because that would feel just as uncomfortable as giving birth at conception.
Yeah.
So it's about that timing and that you've got it. You're in that wave. You can tap in there. That wave will come through you in an authentic and maybe unexpected to the mind way.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I'm very impatient. Like, I'm even here right now, and I'm like, I want this. Like, I want to be Jess right now. But, like, it's not my time.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just not.
Does it need to be right now?
No.
Why not?
Happiness.
What is happiness right now for me?
Being.
What does being mean?
Here.
Here. Present. And you're going to come through me when it's time to take action on this subject. How will I know it's time?
Calm.
Beautiful. You have such a strong connection. There's no doubt in my mind or inner voice that you're going to, if you stay in this space, come through in a very clear way that's not going to have the mind story. So what you're explaining that you're going to share, sobriety and your family and all that stuff, the mind can make an entire persona and live it out for decades of its life as I'm a survivor of this, or I'm an adult, adult child alcoholic, whatever. You can know a whole story. Yeah. This is not holding on to the story. It was an experience it experienced and let go of. This will tell the whole story over and over again and make a persona and like validate its limiting beliefs for the rest of its life.
Well, and that's not going to help anybody.
No. So what's interesting is that your deep connection to this place will help unwind that story rather than create a new label for people. A label is just more mind identification. If you're this deeply connected, what I feel like what's going to do is unravel the labels, unravel the stories for people. Not make it so stigmatizing and traumatizing and a big a deal.
Yeah.
But that may take some banana ripening in this space to come through in that purely authentic way. It took me 10 years and a bunch of fun things along the way to realize it's not about me or famous people. But 10 years ago, I would have pressed that button and made it about me and the famous people.
Yeah.
Because I wanted the love and approval of people. My mind wanted to seek that from you guys. Thank God I got that out of my system beforehand.
And I'm still there.
And
I
that's
know that.
okay.
I know
And
that.
you know what? It's just the mind. Inner voice. Are you there? Are you worried about the approval of others? You're so good at this.
No.
But is the mind right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is it okay for the mind to hold on to that right now?
Comfort and safety.
Yeah. It's like a teddy bear. And you don't want to take away the 6-year-old's teddy bear when it's still giving it comfort and safety. Eventually, the child may grow out of the stuffed animal. It may put it down. I remember a Stephen Covey story in the 7 Habits where he talks about a little child that had a birthday party and received a bunch of toys. And the parents of the kids, he kind of felt the pressure as Stephen to give the kids toys to all the other kids, to let the kids play with them, because it was like, here's all the toys that everyone can play with. But the little kid had like a meltdown, was like, these are my toys, why are you letting everyone else? I haven't even gotten to hold them. And he goes, if I had just, and Stephen felt the pressure of the parents and being the parent that made his kids share. Does that make sense? So he felt this pressure to make the kids share the toys right away, to be a good parent, showing sharing is a thing. Sharing is caring. And instead, he realized, looking back on it, the child hadn't had the ability to own the toy yet and to appreciate it for itself and then share what it received. he or she never got to receive the toy in order to give the gift away.
Yeah, I'm trying to give.
You're trying to get it, but you don't have it yet. And like in tearing that out of your ego's hands, that's holding on to the significance and all that stuff, is not helping, because it's the mind. It's holding on to the Brussels sprout. It's the mind judging itself for not being where it wants to be. Where this is loving you completely enough to say, it's okay that you're holding on to this right now. And out of that continual love and connection and approval and allowing, it will become used to the toy and go, okay, I don't need that as much anymore. Now I'm ready to share. Does that? So it's like, let it have that. It won't last. The more you allow it to hold on to it, the less it needs to hold on to it, because it's not getting torn out of its hands. There's no tug of war. You get to hold that toy as long as you want. But eventually this will continue to allow and love and allow and love, and this will realize it doesn't need the safety and security of the blanket anymore. And that's when this will come through, and it'll do it potentially in a very different way than what this thought it would do. I had the inkling, but I didn't have the wisdom. You're going through the same process. How beautiful. And you can have fun, magical things could happen between now and then that'll deepen and enrich in your life as a whole, because it's not just about this. You're going to have a wonderful time. And the fact that you have such a deep connection and the deep open space for it to arise, who knows what it will be, but it will be perfect because you have the ability to find the timing in yourself. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Did you have a realization while watching? We want to hear about it. Please send us a message at realizations@jesslively.com. May something wonderful happen to you today.